Hi, my name is Kevin with Hotshot Repair, and today I'm taking a look at an iPhone 6S that has a dead battery. Now what this iPhone is doing is dying quickly. It often dies before they get to lunch, so they're having to recharge it throughout the day. It's misreporting its percentages, going from like 85 to 35 very rapidly, and it's also shutting off between about 20 and 60% often when the phone gets cold. Say they take it outside to shovel some snow, the phone will just shut off and either restart or stay shut off. All of these problems can be caused by either a dead battery or a faulty TriStar chip on the logic board. We're going to take a look at it and see which is the case and replace the battery and have them watch it to see if maybe the chip's at fault. So we're going to take a look at 3U tools here. You can see that over here where it's been charged about 470 times. Now Apple recommends that the battery be replaced at around 500 cycles. So this is nearing the end of its lifespan. Here at 87% of the battery's remaining life or, designed capacity, I wouldn't usually see these problems until about 80 to 85%. So this makes me a little bit concerned that maybe it's not so much the battery at fault as maybe it could be the chip on the logic board that's causing the problems. The symptoms are often the same. But my first diagnostic step is to remove the battery and have them watch it. In some cases, I can use a TriStar tester and test to see if the TriStar chip is bad, but that doesn't always give me a definitive answer. So usually it's just easier to replace the battery and have them watch it and let me know if there's a problem, and if there is, then we can explore further steps. So we're going to go ahead and replace the battery in this phone and get that set up. So, see. Alright, so we're looking at the iPhone 6S here. It's plugged in currently. We're just going to unplug it. And shut the screen off. Now I start by removing the two pentalobe screws in the bottom of the phone. These are specialty screws that you need a special screwdriver for. Then I use a pry tool just to kind of weasel my way around the screen. And I start by removing the battery connector cover. It has two screws, and those screws are different sizes, so you want to keep them organized. And then there's 4 screws in the LCD connector cover. We want to remove it as well. We want to keep these separated. We want to keep them organized because, let's take for instance, if we mixed up this screw with this screw and put the long screw here into the screw hole for this one, it could damage the logic board and it could ruin the way the phone displays. It would have a black screen or a blue screen, so you don't want to get these screws mixed up. Unplug the battery, unplug the display. How to remove a battery in an iPhone 6, 6S, 7s, 8s. they have small, it's like 3M contact adhesive, where this is the kind of stuff that you would put underneath a picture frame or something and then stick it to your wall. You want to be very careful, not careful, but that's what sucks. Now it's going to be the hard way. No, you don't. I'm hoping to get both of them, which I think I did. Yep. Alright. Come off. We'll take care of that later. Now, I like to look at the battery and see what it looks like. Does it look swollen? Does it look like it's dimpled? Does it look like the casing is wrinkled? Does it look like it's expanding? And what kind of concerns me is that this battery looks like it's in great shape. The casing isn't swollen or blown up. It's not wrinkled. It's not dimpled. It doesn't look like there's any signs of the battery rubbing on the back of the display. This looks like a good condition battery to me, so I'm a little bit less certain that it's the battery at fault, and possibly more certain that it could be the chip. When we're installing the new battery, it comes with new adhesive. Get this adhesive off here. The new battery is installed. It's plugged in. We're going to plug in the home button, the display, digitizer. Turn it on and give it a test. Another thing that concerns me here is these batteries will typically start up at about 30%. This one started at 1% and then went up to 60%. That could be a misreporting problem with the chip on the logic board, where it's not reading the battery's health properly. This is definitely one that I'm going to warn the customer and say, watch this for about 2 days, see if the new battery fixes the problem, and then if it didn't, bring it back and we'll start to explore other options. I can replace the chip on the logic board so she won't have to send it out. The phone doesn't need to be replaced, but it is not as simple, possibly, as just replacing the battery, and the customer should know that. But let's see. So as we look here, this battery has been charged 0 times. It's a 0-cycle battery, and it's actually overperforming where Apple designs these batteries to have about 1,690 milliamp hours. This one has 1,853, so it's actually overperforming. There's no reason this phone shouldn't be fixed if it was the battery at fault. If it's not the battery at fault and it is the chip on the logic board, we'll know very shortly. So now we're going to unplug the sucker. We're going to reinstall the 4 LCD connector cover screws, making sure that they go back in their appropriate spots. And then reinstall the battery connector cover. Now, on the home screen, I kind of like to press around on the screen to make sure that the battery isn't pressing up on the LCD. You would see kind of a deformation here, a light spot or a dark spot. So we like to just kind of press around to make sure that everything looks like it's alright. And that actually takes care of it. I mean, we'll just watch it for a little bit and make sure that the battery is working properly. Have the customer watch it and make sure that the battery is working properly. And if it isn't, we'll have her get a hold of me and let me know. That's it.